Hello everyone, I thought we'd go out in the garden, and I thought today we'd have a look and see if we could find any mini beasts in the garden, because I know you can't go out and about very much, but you've all got your garden to have a little exploring. And one of the top tips about finding little creatures, we call them invertebrates, is to lift up pots and see whether there are any creatures living underneath. So I thought we'd come down to this pot here with my lovely primroses, and I thought what we'd do, we would lift them up, lift the pot, and see if there's any creatures underneath the pot. This piece of wood is very old and rotten, so there could be some creatures under there. Oh, there we go. Now, what can we see? If you want to, you can sometimes collect them so that you can have a closer look at them. And the top tip is to use a paintbrush. Now, that little creature is called a woodlouse. Can you see? Find another one. Woodlice like damp wood. They like it quite dark. See? There we go. So there's two woodlice. Let's see if we've got anything different under here. Put that there for a minute, but you can see them on. If you put them on a tray, then you can see them, as long as you're gentle with them and put them back afterwards. Now, got two things here that look they don't move very quick. There we go. That's a tiny little slug. And then there's a different slug here, more of a yellowy colour slug. There we go. They move very slowly. They slither along. Whereas the woodlice, you can see their little legs moving. They move quite quick. There we go. This one's got a bit caught. Let's just move him so that he's going. If you use a paintbrush, you're not going to hurt them. There we go. Oops, come on, woodlouse. Okay. Okay. So we found slugs and woodlice. So we put those back, and then we'll go and look and see what else we can find. Oopsie. Put them back gently. Okay, let's look under this log here. I might need to move this pot first. This is another big log by my greenhouse. So we'll gently move it and let's see if there's anything underneath. Oh, yes, there is. Let's see what we've got here. I think we've got something different under here. So, we have got this little creature here, which I think is probably a millipede. I think he's quite cold at the moment. He doesn't want to. Oh, he is moving a little bit. He's curled up. That's a millipede. And what else have we got? We have got a really lovely big wiggly worm there. There we go. He likes to be in the soil. Again, he moves very slowly, but he's very clever how he moves. I'm not sure he'll move at the moment. And the millipede doesn't seem very keen to move. He's curled himself round. If we turn him over gently, you sometimes can see his legs underneath. No, he doesn't want us to touch him. He's curled tiny into like a little coil. There's the worm. Just moving along. There he goes. They're very clever how they move, aren't they? Look. It sort of ripples through his body as he moves. There he goes. They like usually to be in the soil, but there's quite a lot of soil on the ground. See, there's another one here. This one up. There we go. So we've got two worms now and a millipede. A millipede that doesn't want really... Oh, look, he's going really fast. They're very good for the soil, worms, because they break it up. They go through, break up my soil, so I like it when I've got worms in my garden. And the birds like it too, because they'll eat worms. Right, we don't want to leave them out here too long because they'll dry out. So we'll put them back where we found them. Maybe another day we'll have a look and see how many people we can find one of these. Go. Again, I quite like it dark. I don't like to be in the sunshine. There we go. Okay, and another place, a good place to look. So you can look under logs, but under stones. So you might have some big flat stones in your garden. Lift the stones and see if there's anything living underneath the stones. Here's quite a flat stone. Let's see if there's anything under here. So do it gently. Oh yes, there is. Let's see what we've got. Another slug. And I think we've got a more active millipede this time. Let's see if we can, this one will come out for us. Oops. Oh yes, he's a bit more active, this one. He doesn't really want to be on camera, I don't think. Let's just pick him up very gently. There we go. There we go. He's good, isn't he? I think he's a millipede. I might have to look him up. He looks slightly different. Can you see his antennae at the front? It's moving quite quickly. If I gently turn him on my hand, you might be able to see his legs underneath. It's not very easy because he's very small. There we go. Can you see the tiny little brushes underneath? That's what helps him push along. Goes. Again, he likes to live where it's dark. I think he's a millipede, but we'll look him up in my book. Okay, put him gently back. I don't think there was anything else, just another slug, which we've seen before. Just we'll use the brush so we don't damage those little legs. Okay. He'll go back in his habitat. See him crawling away. Oh, I can just see an ant here as well. They go very fast. They're tricky to see. There's a little ant just whizzing along. Okay, we'll put the stone back. There we go. Wow, we're really lucky. I've just spotted something really interesting. I'm just going to lift it gently on this twig. Oops. Boris, I don't think we need your help.
Oh look, there's
two of them.
Two of them.
So I'm going to just move this stick. Boris, could you move away a minute? Now these beetles are really quite special. We've had a few in the garden recently. There we go. Can you see him? He is called an oil beetle. And he's called an oil beetle because he gives off, if something's upset him, which might be upsetting him a little bit, he gives off an oily substance to protect himself. Other creatures don't like it. He's an oil beetle. And if you look really carefully, he's got a very beautiful colour. He's sort of black, but he's a blacky blue colour. There we go. Whoops. And there's another one just over here. They seem to like living by these yellow flowers, which are called celandines. And there's another one just here. There we go. And they're called an oil beetle. You can see his antennae, and he's got his head, and then his body. Whoops! Called his abdomen and his thorax. He's in 3 parts. And there we go. They want to be back on the grass, so I'm going to put them on the grass because I don't want to upset them. But they're called oil beetles. Wow, that was a lucky find. Now we can't pick this up. This is one of my bees. Can you see it's visiting the flowers? We call that foraging. He's going from flower, she's going from flower to flower, collecting the pollen. So that's a honeybee. visiting these little yellow flowers called celandines. If you look really closely, you can see a little orangey blob on her, just by her back leg, and that's where she keeps her pollen until she takes it back. Here's another one over here, you see. We're not going to brush these because obviously they do have a little stinger, so we don't want to upset them, and they're busy collecting their pollen. And they'll take it back to the hive where I showed you the last time I opened my bees. Boris, not too close, Boris. Hello, Boris. Do you want to see the bees as well? Okay. Ready? Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy looking for your mini beasts. Keep hunting in your garden, and I'll see you soon.